Good morning, market snipers. Welcome back. This is Jesse getting started right at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right on the dot. Started a little bit early, get things rocking and rolling. And yes, double checking the mic, double mic check over here. Looks good. Looks good. Don't see 60 comments 22 minutes later. If you missed Monday, right? If you missed Monday, I went on a rant. I went on a rave. I went on I don't know, a big chat, covered the charts hard. I was in the zone and 22 minutes of being in the zone. And I look up, I'm like 56 comments. I'm like, that's higher than normal, especially after not even through a whole live stream. And sure enough, classic Jesse uh, classic Jesse didn't have the mic on. This is unscripted. This is unedited. This is just raw, live, unsponsored, unscripted. What else? What else? Unsponsored. So help me, help you, help me with the algorithms and smash the like, hit the repost button or the subscribe button or whatever you're on, whether you're on YouTube or you're on Twitter X, whatever it is, or both. Some of you are on both, and I appreciate that. So there you go. But yeah, everything is good. Mic check, and we'll get rocking and rolling here. We'll cover Bitcoin first. We'll cover the altcoins second. Not much really to report on it other than the bleed continues. The bottom may not be in, right? What else? We'll cover the stocks, the indices, like the futures of the indices, right? And we'll just take a look. I haven't looked at all the charts yet today. Hyper focused. I had a couple scalps this morning. We have a nanny to pay for, right? We have a nanny to pay for. So I had to get some scalps in this morning, and covers like my scalps this morning based off the 1 minute chart has covered the nanny for the next 2 weeks. And I think it was three scalps, 2 good winners, and 1 slight loss. So 2 for 3, but the 2 good winners, I pushed those, and they were at least taking 0.5% out of the market. And that may not sound like a lot, but it's at least $12,650 to scalp or trade 1 contract of gold futures, and it's high leverage. So 0.5% of, just say 260,000 or 270,000, whatever it is. It's pretty good, right? So woo-wee. But that was this morning, followed by daddy daycare. So scalping, daddy daycare, and then our super nanny comes in at 7:30, and here we are, 9 o'clock. So we've already been on a good run so far today. Let's keep going. Tina, Lee, Jesse, good morning. How are you? Good, thank you. How are your wife and baby doing? They're doing great. They are doing great. Thank you. The baby is just a little over 7 months old. The baby is crawling. The baby is becoming wild. She's a wild child, and she's already like pulling herself up on the couch at 7 months old. It's a little tall for her, so it's a little bit more difficult. But other items that are a little bit shorter, she pulls herself right up now. I had brought down the dog stairs last week. They're a little bit smaller than the actual stairs. And her second try, she climbed up the dog stairs onto the couch. I did not help her one bit. She, on her second attempt, she started to fall, and I caught her and put her back on the stairs, but that was it. But I didn't like push or brace her the whole way. Just when I saw her start to slip while I'm trying to record it on a video, which I did, recorded it successfully. I thought about posting it, but I sent it to my immediate family, and I was pretty proud that she was able to do that. And so here we are. She's already climbing up dog stairs at a little over 7 months old. The actual stairs at our place, a little bit too big. A little bit too big. She only could get up one knee. She couldn't quite do it, but give her a couple weeks. So yeah. Bruno, I'll go. Yep. Okay. Yep. That's on the list to cover it already. Down 3% today. We'll cover it for sure. For sure. Yeah. Thankfully. Yep. She's got 2 teeth and she's starting to eat food. And the wife's still pumping too much information. The wife's still pumping breast milk, but we decided that she needs to start reducing that. And it hurts at first, I guess. I don't know. I don't breastfeed. So I guess it hurts at first and then slowly weans off of it, right? And that's what we decided. So, but she got a plethora of breast milk for like 7 months. So that's cool. Yeah, getting wild, getting big. So let's do it. Let's get into it. We are looking at the Bitcoin 2-day chart, right? And the title is Bitcoin Sell Signal on the 2-day chart. Here we are. So it doesn't happen often, right? It doesn't happen that often. You can see there's a couple 2-day sells way back here in October, and then price flipped back around bullish. So could that happen again? Sure, it could happen. But there's some differences, right? There are some differences of why we could see a bigger and deeper pullback, a deeper correction. By the way, let me just state this morning, I was feeling really bullish on crypto today. And I'm really bullish on crypto long term, right? Just keep that in mind. When I'm posting bearish charts, my overall viewpoint on blockchain and crypto, not all crypto, obviously, not all crypto is going to make it, but I'm very, very bullish on crypto long term, right? Just wanted to state that when I'm posting bearish charts, I'm very bullish on crypto long term and long term investment stuff like that. So, but I'm always posting charts based off of swing trading. If you can dial in the swing trading to the best of your ability, not everyone can do it because it requires you to control your emotions and execute your plans unemotional. Then you have a chance, right? Then you have a chance at swing trading. Good morning, Pancho. Good morning. So with that, as a swing trader, and I'm pro crypto, right? And there's a lot of bullish news, a lot of bullish narratives, right? Is it a sell the news? Maybe shorter term, right? Maybe shorter term. Is it overextended? Some of it is overextended and is due for a correction. Bitcoin's overextended. As we can see that it remained overextended, right? Remains overextended. It can remain that way for a long time, right? One could say that it's been overextended since back over here, and it still continues to go higher, right? But doesn't mean in the shorter term it couldn't have a pullback. Doesn't mean in the shorter term it won't have a pullback, right? So even from here, wick to wick, that was a 33% pullback roughly, just under 33%, right? From here to here is like 25% probably, wick to wick, right? 21%. So my point is you can be bullish on crypto while posting bearish charts that we're going to get a correction, right? I'm bullish on AI long term, but that doesn't mean that all AI companies, all AI stocks, all AI this or that is going to make it, right? And where I'm going with this is just go back to the dot com bubble era. And I'm not saying it's the dot com bubble era, right? I'm just using it as an example. The dot com bubble era and crash of 80%, right? Uh, there was an 80% crash in the Nasdaq during the dot com bubble, and there was a lot of internet companies coming out, uh, and not all of them survived, and some emerged later as well, right? And you had the social media come out after that, like Facebook, 2004. Um, by the way, I started collegenetworking.com way before Facebook, and we had a lot of things on Facebook, but we didn't have the funding. I didn't know how to get funding. Our servers kept crashing. It was me and my two best friends at the time. Uh, I mean, they're still close friends of mine, but it was just us three, and our servers in our closet kept crashing. And, you know, we didn't have unlimited funds, and you couldn't do server clouds back then, but this was like 1999, I think it was. collegenetworking.com. It no longer exists, obviously, but I had t-shirts for the fraternity houses. I had people on there. The purpose of creating that social network, as you'd call it nowadays, was the initial was to I noticed that even in the fraternity house in college, some guys and some girls couldn't figure out how to talk to each other and connect, right? So whether the guys are too scared to ask, girls weren't as aggressive back then, and some of them were. Uh, and so it was started off as like almost like a matchmaking service for college in 1999. But we had everything on there. You could sell your books on there. You could, I mean, there was a whole list. It was like it was like Facebook times Craigslist times, we didn't have iPhones back then, so like digital cameras, you could upload pictures and buy them off of there, right? So we had a whole lot of stuff. We were too ahead of our time, right? So the purpose of me saying that is not to go down memory lane, right? Purpose is that an industry could be early, an industry could pump hard, and then there's a big pullback, kind of a shakeout of all the companies that are real, all the companies that are pretenders, and then new companies will emerge as well, right? So um, that it's always possible that happens with AI and crypto. Crypto happened in 2022 when I was trading it, and it wasn't up only, and I was posting bearish charts all the way in 2022 and shorted Ethereum when Ethereum pumped back up to like 3,800. I shorted that about this time in April. It was not going back to the moon, and shorted it all the way down below $1,000, right? So, but that's an opportunity to buy. So if you are bullish long term on crypto, I am. I'm not saying this. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. Obviously, it's for education purposes only. And hopefully, we have a little bit of fun along the way. Buster, thank you. Appreciate that. G Rod, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. There's an opportunity to buy lower. And and not only that, it it could help you in case you picked a coin that actually doesn't survive, right? I think there's like, I don't know, I forget. So someone put in the comments section and get me some real stats. But I'm pretty sure I've seen people post or YouTubers talk about it where there's like millions of coins right now. And the last cycle there was, maybe hundreds of thousands or thousands of tens of thousands or hundred thousands of coins. Now there's millions of coins. So someone put in the comments if that's correct or not. So that is a lot of saturation. right? A lot of saturation in the market, and if that's true, it could be oversaturated, and there could be a big shakeout, and you'll find out which coins survive. So, you hear a lot of people say, "Don't marry your bags," right? Well, if I'm a swing trader, I definitely don't marry my bags. I'm confident enough that, if it start I'm not w there's so many quote unquote experts out there, so many quote unquote professional traders out there, allegedly, supposedly, and yet they're worried about missing price to the upside, right? I'm not worried about it, right? Even back here on the buy the dip scenario, right? You got a buy signal over here, breaking out over here. You got more buy signals over here. I was posting charts that, hey, MicroStrategy broke out and made new all-time highs. And I was comparing it to Bitcoin, right? So another 65, 64, 60, I think it was like 63 or $62,000 on another buy or whatever it was. I can't remember now. It all starts blending in, but I wasn't worried about buying the dip because I keep an eye on it, right? So I buy the dip, right? This is the 2-day chart, so it's probably on the daily chart you get a clear understanding. But I was posting the MicroStrategy comparison on Bitcoin back here in October, and I think when I did posted the comparison, price is already at like 65,000. And I said, MicroStrategy leading the way because it's already made new all-time highs and broke out. Sure enough, Bitcoin broke out and then made new all-time highs not even 2 weeks later, right? So that's why I'm not worried about it. Thankfully, thank you, thankfully, uh, thankfully, the market bosses usually give us bearish divergence at a top and bullish divergence at a bottom, right? Thankfully, right? So when they do that, if they continue to give us bearish and bullish divergence, I'm going to feel that much more confident as we continue to see that. So, give you an idea, the daily chart, the daily buy back here was about 62,000 over here, and then I posted that comparison of possible new all-time highs, and then sure enough, 2 weeks later, right, price was at like 65,000. Yeah, I probably posted it right around here one of these days. I can't remember, and then sure enough, 2 weeks later, made new all-time highs. So I'm not worried about it, but since I am bullish on crypto and blockchain and all that stuff and RWAs and utility coins and blah blah blah, right? Not so much on meme coins or NFTs. I don't get it. So if I don't get it, I can't buy it. And I'm not a tech guru, so I don't know, but I don't buy expensive art. Uh I don't know enough about it. I can appreciate it, but not enough to buy it for tens of thousands of dollars. Uh, so NFTs is not really my thing. It's not my thing. I've never bought one NFT, and meme coins aren't my thing. If it is for you, cool. I feel like I can make enough swing trading, uh, altcoins and Bitcoin. I don't need to meme coin, right? I don't need a meme coin. But if you are, you could still try to apply the same principles uh, that you do on other swing trading. It's just going to be a lot more difficult because they don't have any chart history, so you have to go down a lower time frame, and then it's going to whip back and forth because they're going to be small caps, so small market caps. So it's going to be a lot more difficult, and so your probabilities of winning drop significantly. It's basically like buying a lottery ticket, and hopefully you get lucky. Iova, Carvano, please. Any decline in sight. Also, oh yeah, they are. They are. Yeah, I talked about that already. They're just fatty tumors, and I had 3 of them cut out like 25 years ago. Thank you, though. Thank you for asking. And then I had 4 cut out 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks and 1 day. So yeah, the fatty tumors were confirmed benign again. They were benign 25 years ago, and it's also called lipoma, but they're just fatty tumors. And I just thought that I do have some new ones from even from 25 years ago, and so I just, might as well double check, right? And I didn't even think about it for like 24 years. And then, I mean, I could feel them or whatever, but after 24 years, but then once the baby was born, I was like, maybe I should just get them double checked again. So I had 4 more cut out and had the surgery 2 weeks ago, and then they were benign. So, but the doctor wasn't worried. I wasn't worried. No need to panic but thank you for asking. Uh, no need to panic until, well, there's never a need to panic, but no need to worry yourself until there's a confirmed, a confirmed fatty tumor that's not benign. Uh, Tesla broke down from Target Box 2. Yeah, I saw that, Buster G. I saw it. I saw it. Well, it was breaking down yesterday. Oh no, I thought I posted that. Maybe not. I charted it. I saw it. I saw it yesterday. We'll cover it. So Bitcoin, this is the daily chart, continues to break down. The trending dots are still breaking down. 2-day chart had a sell signal. I posted when it was I posted it when, let's see, let's go back to November. So he had this sell signal over here, right? Had this sell signal, pump back up, sell signal. Sell signal didn't even really pump up over here and just continued down, right? So we'll see if that's the case or not. Has sell signal, battled sell signal on the 2-day chart. So you can see there's a lot of chop. You got to use more than just the indicator. The indicator is great to help out visually, but it's not enough to trade by itself. It probably could be. It probably could be enough compared to if you rode this entire move up, it would take out a lot of the smaller losses, right? It would take out a lot of the smaller losses. Let me just check something over here. What is going on over here? All right, there we go. Now we're back. So yeah, 2-day chart. And so let's take a look at some of the other stuff that we're looking at, right? So you got a 2-day. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. The 2-day chart, the indicator was built off of the strategy to help newer people visualize it better, right? So which you would see and figure out all that stuff in the recorded coaching. There's like 60 plus hours. So most of the recorded coaching videos, especially in the beginning, were recorded before I created the indicator, right? So you'll learn it. And then I started adding more and more visual tools on there. Yeah, I'm probably not going to live stream any promotions over there. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, let's see what else. Let me just pause this over here. There we go. So 2-day chart breakdown. You can see I'm pointing out that from this wick, there's a touch point there. Fake out down below, closed above. Wick over here, fake out over here, closed above. Wick over here, fake out, close above, and then close below. So this is the first 2-day candle close below the trending dots. It's the first 2-day candle close below the upward trend line. So those are all additional bearish milestones, right? Didn't have any 2-day candle closes below this upward trend line yet. This was the first one, right? And it closed on the 4th. And then this one closes today at 4 p.m. And then another one will start at, I think it's 4 p.m. Yeah, 4 p.m. my time. I think so. I don't know. With daylight savings time, I can't remember if it's 4 or 5 p.m. Woo! So 2-day chart, right? So I'm pointing out over here, double top on the daily chart. This is looking like a lower high over here on the 2-day chart as well. Never got back above 104.7 on the daily chart. On what is this one? Bitstamp. On Bitstamp, it never had a candle close above, so there's a slightly lower high over here, aka double top. So it's slightly lower, and then this looks like another lower low, and then this pivot takes up this pivot, and so on and so on. And now we have the trending dots on the daily chart also breaking the upward trend line. So, it just makes me think that continue to the downside, right? We also had a candle close above here. So if we switch over to here and switch over to line, right? I think that's how I drew those out, right? Yeah. So we had so I drew it out based off the line on this one. It's good to have different looks, right? It's good to have different looks, in my opinion. This is just an idea, and had a candle close below again, had one over here, and reversed back around. The trending dots are still behind, so could still take some time to play out, and not expecting it to just drop today, not expecting to make new all-time highs today. So that's where we're at right now. One target has been hit so far, and I just kind of move these off to the side right now. We don't know if it's going to pump back up into that area or not, or if that was the move, right? Or if that was the move. We don't know. We don't have a magic crystal ball, right? We don't have a magic crystal ball. So it could be something like that. Could always get another pump up, right? It's possible. Could always get another pop up, maybe even retest again, right? Nobody says easy. Nobody says easy. That would be really painful for swing traders because you're really gonna like battle one more time. Woo! And then a drop. So that would be even more painful. This has already been a lot so far, right? This has already been a lot so far. So we'll see how it plays out. We'll see how it plays out. It's possible. And I'm just using these fractals as an idea timing wise, right? Timing wise. Whether it's all the way over here, comes down, you can kind of follow the cursor. We'll move one over here and we'll leave one there. So you can see that target 2 may take till like end of February, early March to come down here. This is like target 2 and target 3. There's a lot of confluence of reasons why price could come back down to this area below $90,000. So I just made it one big box. Sometimes I get lazy. Yep. 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 You got it. So it could be that, or if there was even more pain, right? If there was more pain for swing traders, the bulls and the bears going sideways, unless you're a scalper, right? Unless you're a day trader, going sideways in a range is not your friend, right? If you're a swing trader, you want to swing momentum, like on a daily chart. You don't want to be, I don't want to be, I want to capture big moves to the upside. I want to capture big moves to the downside. I don't want to get chopped up in the shorter term. So, but you got two scenarios. One, it continues to break down now, or it tries to pump back up again and then starts to break down. And you can see this would take some time to play out. If it's the second path, as an example, maybe it's like March by the time it comes all the way down to this target area. And then if so, it's possible that both of these fractals are suggesting that all 4 targets get hit. This one would be more of a wick. This one would be maybe a wick below it. And then you can see I made sure to put in the bounces as well, right? The bounces. So bounce up. Expect bounces along the way. So many altcoins have already hit 4 out of 4 targets. Many altcoins have already dropped below target 4. MicroStrategy, we are comparing it to the upside. So I'm going to continue to compare it to the downside. MicroStrategy led the way, and it was about 1 month later, and MicroStrategy made new all-time highs, right? Here we are. We are about, let's see, MicroStrategy. We'll take a look at it, but MicroStrategy is led the way at least a month ago. And so here we are again on see if it leads the way, see if it's going to lead the way for Bitcoin to the downside all the way down to target 4, similar to MicroStrategy. We don't know. We don't know for sure. We're just comparing. So if you can see the trending dots, right? Trending dots, it might take some time to play out. See how that kind of lines up like that, right? And then it comes back up like that. So if that is the trending dots path, right? This is just freestyle drawing, by the way. Expect price to do something like this, right? It comes back up, right? Just like the fractal or a new way, right? But the fractal, right? So if that is the trending dots kind of smoothing out price action, right? Then it could take some time to play out. However it plays out, I would be, the 4 targets are on there for a reason. Like I said, we don't know if it's going to hit all 4 targets or not, but MicroStrategy has, altcoins have, will Bitcoin? We don't know for sure. We don't know for sure. But there are several reasons why it could. It's a possibility. The probabilities are increasing over time. And we got that 2-day sell signal on Bitcoin right now, right? So with that, we have another possible RSI sell signal on the 2-day chart. It's not great, right? It's not good for the bulls. If you're a permabull, it's not great for you. There is already a MACD bearish crossover on the 2-day chart. Speaking of, let's look at the weekly chart. The weekly chart has a pending MACD bearish crossover, not seen since April, right? And that was a 32% correction. So just keep that in mind. Not only a 32% correction, but from wick to wick, that was a correction of 21 weeks or 147 days, right? And then didn't even break out for 189 days or 27 weeks. So it was a longer consolidation. It was a 32% correction. And so that was the last weekly chart MACD bearish crossover back over here. We had the RSI sell signal before that. We had the RSI sell signal before that. So it's in correction mode, right? It is in correction mode. How far, how deep, how long? We don't have a magic crystal ball. But the hindsight crew will be the hindsight crew. And if it was a 30% correction, the black swan events will be blamed on DeepSeek. Black swan event will be blamed on tariffs. Black swan event will be blamed on war. XYZ, right? But there's been bearish divergence forming for weeks and not in days and 2 weeks, 2-week charts and monthly charts, blah, 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 blah. So all that has been happening before any news gets released. So I'm aware of what's going on in the news, the narratives, but it's all noise when you're swing trading, right? When you're swing trading, the only thing I trust is what I see on the charts, right? Am I 100% accurate? No. But the higher the time frames, the more accurate you can become, like from if you're comparing a 1 minute scalping versus the daily chart, right? Uh, you'll probably be more accurate on a daily chart because you don't get signals nonstop. And I don't think we're truly meant to like be able to trade on the 1 minute chart all the time for years. I would get burnt out. I don't trade the 1 minute chart on scalps every single day. Uh, no, thank you. No, thank you. When you take your trades based on divergences, do you look at the daily chart? Well, these are recorded coaching questions. These are recorded coaching. I have 60 plus hours. If you actually care to take a deep dive, I know you said it's too expensive for you, so that sucks. But uh, you got to invest in yourself. And I didn't charge $1,000 or anything like that. So, but that's recorded coaching. I already did 60 plus hours, and they asked me all those questions. Could we check out PM? Choose one, G-Rod, and let me know if it's crypto, stock, whatever. Is that Honda? I don't know. Choose one and then let me know the asset, all that stuff. So that's the weekly chart. MACD bearish crossover over here. So you don't actually need the MACD on there if you didn't want it. I still keep it on because the histogram is their divergence like RSI, but it's not actually a part of my strategy, right? But I like to have it on. I like to have the pending crossover. I don't have on here the MACD bull cross or the MACD bear cross checked. I don't, because I don't care, right? I don't care. MACD bull cross, right? You can put it on. That's up to you. MACD bull cross, MACD bull cross, right? It shows you all. You can change the colors, whatever. MACD bull cross, MACD bull cross. That wasn't a good one, right? So I don't really care, but I do like to see it pending, right? Because I'm always checking, is it crossing? Is it not crossing? Is it crossing? Is it not crossing? I don't have to guess anymore. The indicator tells me if it's crossing or not. And then all of a sudden it'll pop up. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about the MACD. The MACD is crossing over, right? So yeah, so I don't actually care, but when I see it pop up on my chart with MACD bearish crossover, it reminds me to take a look at the MACD. I like it. Kind of like, okay, yeah, the RSI sell signal already happened. There was already bearish divergence. We were already on the daily chart, blah, blah, blah. And then we were talking about the 5-day chart before that. And the 5-day chart, as you all know, there was an RSI sell signal back here, still trending downward. There was a MACD bearish cross here. I posted about it. There's a lot of people, a lot of bulls hating over there, right? I'm very bullish on crypto, but I'm more bullish on swing trading, right? So I'm more bullish on swing trading. So that right there, right? Let's go. 5-day chart. Bearish crossover. Here, let's go like that. Bearish crossover. Bull trap. Looks like a bull trap on the 5-day chart now. They were trapped. There was many of them. Honda stock. Okay, cool. You got it. G-Rod. Robbie, thank you. Thank you for putting in all the details. I will do that. Helps me with searching, right? Keep the live streaming. Yeah. So that's the 5-day chart. We had MACD divergence, right? Prices going higher. Had a MACD crossover on the 5-day chart. Had a MACD bullish crossover and bull trap, right? Bull trap. Of course, in the shorter term, price can always bounce. It did, right? During this bull trap, price jumped all the way up to um, after the MACD bearish crossover, right? After the MACD bearish crossover, and I talked about this when the 5-day chart MACD bearish crossover happened. I said price could go higher, right? And it did. It pumped all the way up 22%. And I talked about it on the live streams that after a 5-day MACD bearish crossover, NVIDIA and Apple jumped like 20 and 50%. I talked about it. I covered it, and it happened, right? So 109, 109.5 was the highest wick. The highest 5-day candle close so far is 104,600. There's another 5-day MACD bearish crossover happening right now, and it could bounce higher, right? It could bounce higher. Could take a couple more candles before it starts crashing back down, but the trend is reversing on the higher time frames, and that's where we're at right now. And after this bull trap, it took a while, right? It took a while from this 5-day MACD bearish crossover till the next bullish crossover was 155 days, right? The 32% correction, 155, no, more than that. For the bullish crossover, 160 days until there was a 5-day bullish MACD crossover, right? So that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting a longer correction than what most people believe. Leo, no, I have not. I haven't even gotten through Bitcoin yet. But it's on the list. I think it's third on the list. So don't worry. Oh, not Honda, Honeywell. Okay, cool. I haven't charted Honeywell in a long time. That's been probably years. Why should I check it out, G-Rod? Why are you checking it out? Are you looking to buy? Are they did you come are you bullish on it? Are you bearish on it? What's the deal? Uh I'm interested. So there we go. Another bearish MACD crossover on the 5-day chart. Could bounce, right? Could bounce in the shorter term. These are longer term charts. Weekly chart crossing over as we speak. So crossover, price is all the way down here and then bounce. But came back down lower before the next bull crossover, right? So the bottom may not be in, right? The correction may not be over, right? So patience, especially with these higher time frames. I'm so patient, right? I'm patient. So of course, when I posted that 5-minute chart, everyone's like, "Oh, you flip flopped, bruh, bruh, bro." That was a 5-minute chart. Got you. And by the way, on that breakout in the 5-minute chart, I put the arrow right up to $106,000, and it hit 106,000 something dollars. So I was just having fun. Gotcha, right? I was having fun. It's good for engagement. You know how it is. So just kind of backing up here again, and so however the price action plays out, let's keep the main thing, and that is higher time frames are flipping bearish. The targets are on there for a reason. Price has been overextended. It was an amazing pump, right? If you caught it, if you didn't catch it and you bought at the top, it doesn't feel so amazing. If you bought it at the bottom, it feels amazing, right? So remember, this is the trajectory of like the 2-day chart, and this is the daily chart. So once price gets too far extended away from the trending dots or the moving averages or whatever you look at, expect price to come back and retest it, especially the faster ones. And then, but the trend is trending in the wrong direction of where people want price to go to $125,000. It's not going to $125,000 tomorrow. I'm going on record saying that. There's no $125,000 tomorrow, right? Now with these higher time frames flipping bearish. I could be wrong. Could flip out. What if this was a bear trap? I think it's less likely that they bear trapped, then went bullish, and then bear trapped again on the 5-day chart. I mean, anything is possible, but I think it's less likely. I think it's a low probability. It's a low probability. Obviously not financial advice. I told my sister to sell hers at 230. She's still holding, but she's looking to sell half. Okay. Yeah, be careful on giving family advice, right? Because if you work out, great. If it doesn't work out, not great, right? It's, you always want to help family, right? But you don't want to hurt family, right? So just be careful. Be careful on giving advice to anybody. If it works out, awesome. If it doesn't work out, woo, holidays are not feeling so good at that point. I don't know. It'll be hindsight. If the top is hindsight, local top, it's looking like a local top, right? Hindsight, could it be the market cycle top? Maybe. But if you go back to November or just go back to 2021, right? I was shorting Bitcoin here. I was buying Bitcoin here with leverage, 10x leverage. I was buying, I think I shorted here too on a lower time frame just for fun. But I bought 10x leverage here as well, and then got out at 61,000, right? I felt like I was late, but I got out at $61,000 here on my leverage long as well. So this wasn't the market. This wasn't the cycle top. Some argue it was, but it actually made a higher high over here. So whether it's this or this, I don't really care, right? Because this was from wick to wick, and I'll swing trade it, 55% correction, right? So, and then this was, made a higher high. So you have to say that was the market cycle. In my opinion, that was the market cycle top. A lot of indicators say it was earlier in 2021. That was a 74% drop from wick to wick, right? So regardless, whether it's this would be more of a local top. Some argue it's the top. It's not price-wise. And then this was the top price-wise. Both were more than 50% corrections, right? So whether you're swing trading a 74% correction or a 50% correction, and from this lower high, which is the higher probability of a short, right? And I wasn't shorting, I shorted Bitcoin here. I wasn't shorting Bitcoin here. I was shorting Ethereum over here at 4,384. And then again, over here in April at 3408. I know this is a Bitcoin chart, but shorting here, obviously I don't try to catch the entire move down, but if you can capture 30% with 10x leverage, that was my goal. And that's what I did, right? 30% with 10x leverage is a 300% move quickly, right? This pumped hard from 32,300, got out. I don't know. It was like at least a 30% move. I didn't get the whole wick to wick. It was at least a 30% move. Again, another 300% move, right? Shorted here was not a 30% move. Took profit though. And then this long here, my average actually averaged in on my total position. And the average was about 44,000. I started a little bit early because it was pumping harder on lower time frames. And so started at 42 and I usually don't average in, but it was 42 to 46,000, and then I was done, right? And then I try to move the stop loss to break even, right? So then try to, once it's pumped up and made that initial surge, move the stop loss to break even, and then that high risk 10x leverage is basically 61,000. Yeah, so right there, it was about a 38% move. So that with 10x leverage, it's about 380%. What doesn't feel great though, hindsight, it feels good in hindsight, but the trade was up a significant amount higher, right? Um, I gave back six digits, right? So unrealized gains of 6 digits, right? So that trade uh, was up quite a bit higher, and then it still closed with a 6 digit win, but it was a quite a bit higher 6 digit at one point. But that's unrealized gains, right? So this was 61,000. It was 6,750 ish. Yeah, it was about right there. Whatever. So the point of all that was whether it's a local top similar to April 2021, or it's a local top similar to March 2024 with a 32% correction. You got a 32% correction. Early 2021 was a 50% correction. And then, of course, the top in November 2021 was the market cycle top, and that was a 74% wick to wick correction on the initial correction. It ended up going lower with bullish divergence a little bit. And so in hindsight, it would be the top, right? If the NASDAQ goes back to the 200-week moving average, then I expect Bitcoin to also go back to the 200-week moving average. And that would be the cycle top, in my opinion. So again, it's going to be in hindsight, and we don't know if the NASDAQ is going to do that or not. But no matter where we're at in the cycle, if the NASDAQ goes to the 200-week moving average, Bitcoin will go to the 200-week moving average, in my opinion. So there we go. Okay. Oh, that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot to be in one thing. I prefer to be a little bit more diversified than that. But yeah, 80% is a lot. So we'll get into it. We got a lot to cover. Wow, this is gonna be a long one. This is all on Bitcoin. So there we go. That's Bitcoin. Ethereum. Talk about coming back to the 200-week moving average, right? Spiked below it. Waiting for a higher probability reversal is the name of the game. And many calling for the bottom here. And right here, calling for the bottom. And now it's back down 6%. So it's not the bottom until the bottom. I like to look for that bullish divergence. It doesn't always give us bullish divergence, but seems like it gives us bullish divergence on a regular basis. But this is the daily chart, right? If you look at the 2-day chart that we're looking at on Bitcoin now, there was a sell signal on the 2-day chart, pumped back up, and then since that last sell signal on the 2-day chart, there's been no bullish momentum yet, right? MACD had that bearish crossover on the 2-day chart. RSI had that sell signal back here on the 18th of December, and it's been down ever since. So that's what we're looking at. That's what we see. Daily chart continues lower. Algo broke down from that last trend line. breaking down from the fourth target. This is 4 out of 4 targets to the hit to the downside. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get into all the chart requests now. I'll try, but I spent probably too much time on Bitcoin. Woo! Yeah, I'll go. It's breaking down from the target 4. So spiked below it 3 days ago, and now it's close. This would be the first close below it. So signaling lower prices, right? Not switching around yet. Cardano, not great that it's closing below the 200-week moving average. It is starting to get oversold on the daily candles. As you can see, it can remain that way. You can see this is overbought. Sometimes when the magic happens, you can see the magic wand. It's an inside joke that we just kept it on there. Don't take yourself so seriously. We've got the indicator that has a magic wand on it. So yeah, bearish. It's getting oversold. It can remain that way, right? It can remain that way. Waiting for a higher probability, because even though it's oversold now, like I said, it can remain that way. It can come up like this. Put in some bullish divergence, meaning lower prices, additional bullish divergence, right? And then maybe there's finally a higher low and it comes out like that, right? And we'll be there. We'll be there for it. I'll be ready for it. I'm not afraid of missing out to the upside. I'm not afraid. Anyone who's afraid to miss to the upside is doing it wrong, right? If you're letting fear based off of your being too bullish, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong if you're worried about fear to the upside, because it usually takes longer for you get these big pumps, right? And then it takes a while for the consolidation to happen, and then you get a pump, right? And then you get a pump. So again, just looking back, you got a pump, and then you got all of this. Look how long that took for it to coil and coil and coil and coil and coil, and then boom, pump, right? So if it's going to coil and pump again, we'll be ready for it, right? We'll be ready for it. So we'll see what happens. But there's never a guarantee. There's never a guarantee. So for me, I'd rather lock in those profits, wait patiently. If you get tricked a couple of times and you got stop losses, who cares? You caught all of this. Maybe you got tricked here. Maybe you got tricked here on this fake out to the upside, right? And you got stopped out. And then you're just kind of holding, watching, waiting for the move to happen, waiting. And then boom, pull the trigger and capture that next one. That's Cardano. H bar, right? Boom, buy signal after it coiled and coiled and coiled forever, right? Coiled from May 2024 all the way to November, right? It coils and consolidates and goes through a correction a lot longer than it actually pumps, right? So it pumps hard and then it coils hard, right? And then that's it, right? Then it's you're on to the next one. You're on to the next one. So that's it. That is it. 4 out of 4 targets have been hit so far on H bar to the downside. It's not oversold yet. It's not even flashing oversold like Cardano, right? The bearish divergence hasn't been cleared on H bar yet, in my opinion. What else? XRP. 3 out of 4 targets have been hit so far on XRP. It's not oversold yet. So that's that. We're going to keep going. We still have a lot to cover. We're going to cover the altcoins. We're going to cover stocks. and then we're going to finish up with the chart requests. We're 1 hour in. Woo-wee. I'm going to go get some water. And so stay tuned. Stay tuned. Let's see. Let's do this. There we go. There we go. All right. Mic check. Yep. All right. Whew. Had to get some more water. Had to get an orange. Let's get back to it. XRP. So 3 out of 4 targets been hit to the downside so far. Don't mind me. I haven't had breakfast yet. The 4th target has not been hit yet. I have a question mark. It wicked down. Still bearish as of right now on XRP. Oh, what a pump that was. Can you believe my mom caught that whole November pump and she flipped on Coinbase? She flipped $3,500 into $9,200 on just a few coins on spot. And, that was great. Yeah, don't give your family financial advice. All right, let's keep going. Oh man, we're over an hour. We got to get going. Let's keep going. I got a lot of stuff to do today. XLM, we're gonna get through the altcoins, then the stocks, the indices, and then the chart requests. So we got a lot to go. XLM has hit 4 out of 4 targets so far. It's trending back towards the 4th target. Still bearish as of right now. It's not even oversold yet. They all start looking similar. XCN, what a pump XCN was. Holy moly. I didn't catch XCN. I didn't. I heard about it too late, and I didn't want to chase it. Too late. I think I was seeing it over here, and I could not chase it. I could not do it. If I'm not getting in when I think I should be getting in, even if I had to hold through all that pain of sideways for weeks, I didn't get in. So I didn't do XCN. My buddy did. I don't know if he told me later though. He told me when it was up here. So who knows if he bought at 25 cents and then sold at 40 cents. I don't know. He's not a swing trader. So it's kind of a, whoever he listens to on YouTube or whatever, and then buys and sells that way, but risky, very risky. But the one thing is his risk management is smart. Even if he doesn't know the charts, his risk management is smart. So if he did, for example, when he put in $3,000 on here and it was up, he showed it to me, he was up like $5,500. He took $3,000 out, right? So he got his initial investment back out and then let the rest of it ride, right? So there we go. Sand getting oversold. The dip can just keep dipping, right? This is why I don't buy wicks. I don't buy wicks. I don't need the water refill anymore. We're back. I'm gonna double check the mic. Mic's good. Okay. Woo. What else? What up, Lawrence? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? All right. So Algo, we hit that one. What else? We're gonna keep going on my list, but this will be the next one, right? Oh no, MicroStrategy. Okay. Oh, Lemonade. I missed that one. Lemonade. All right. Yeah, we'll come back to that one. All right. So let me just put that at the top of the comments so I don't forget. Okay. Sand getting oversold on the daily chart can remain that way. Hit 4 out of 4 targets and then some. Doesn't mean 4 out of 4 targets is the bottom, right? So, however long it takes, right? Having that patience, whether it's March or whatever, right? Could take a long time. It's possible it's doing a round trip like some of the other altcoins, right? Some of the other altcoins did a full round trip. Wipe out all those gains, right? Wipe out all the gains. So however long it takes to play out, I'll be ready for it, depending on what I'm going to be trading. But I will be ready for it. Woo! See how long it could take, right? Going through all of this price action consolidation. Oh, that's too big. You get the point. That's too big. Who knows if there's going to be the big arrow, right? But definitely a pump, right? So that's what it could be. That's the price action. So yeah, the indicator looks like you can get chopped up on it. But when you're using the overall strategy, this just helps visualize it. And when it is breaking out, right? When it is breaking out and it's starting to be all systems go, right? Then, like you're seeing it consolidate. It's coiling up, right? It's coiling up. Over here, it's coiling. It's getting ready. It's patience. And then boom, right? It's coiling. Correcting, retracing, whatever you want to call it. And then there's a move. I'm not worried about missing it to the upside. I have no fear of missing to the upside. None. Because they pump hard and then they coil and they correct hard, right? So if you're trying to catch these pumps, people are getting FOMO. The YouTubers, the Twitter X folk, they start pumping out content because the follower count gets higher and higher based off of that. So they can get their paid sponsorships, get the views, all that stuff, right? That's the cycle of it all. And then it goes through correction, and you're telling people it's going through correction. And then when you do that, it's not good for viewership. It's not good for selling sponsors. Guess what? I don't sell sponsors, right? I don't sell sponsors. So I don't even sell a copy trading service. I don't want anyone to copy trade me whatsoever. But if you want to learn what I do, good, bad, or ugly, right? You can do that. If you want these same indicators, you can do that. But other than that, I don't have any sponsorships. And I don't get, a lot of people will say, well, you should be at over 100,000 followers. If I only posted bullish charts, I'd be over 100,000 followers. I would have been over 100,000 followers in 2022 if I only posted bullish charts. So yeah, it'd be cool to be over 100,000, but I don't care, right? I'm not losing sleep over it that I should be at 100,000 followers, in my opinion. But I don't care if it means that I have to post bullish charts and not get 100,000 followers, so be it. That's sand, mana, similar thoughts, Filecoin. It's just going to take a while, right? And you see it breaking down there. And then you see it taken out after it took out that level, took out this level. The dip could keep dipping, right? This is why I don't hodl. I don't hodl. Maybe if you bought the 200, the only time I could even think that you could hodl, and I was thinking about this. I thought about this before, but if you bought at or below the 200-week moving average on Bitcoin, let's say, it probably increases about 40 to 50% per year on average, right? So if you bought below or on the 200-week moving average on Bitcoin, then it's been a steady increase over the years, right? So that would be the only time I could see as like, hey, I don't want to learn swing trading. Hey, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Well, you could just buy when it's low at or below the 200-week moving average, and you would do pretty good. You do. It's a lot better than buying the tops at least. So, what else? Chainlink, not oversold yet. I don't think. Nope, not oversold. Here's the 200-week moving average, right? Solana back into target 3. No, target 4. This is target 3, I think. Right? This is target 4, and then I had put on target 5. But then it made a higher high, so I don't know. Those are old targets, but still support over here. See if it breaks through or not. Near, just falling out the bottom over here, right? So getting oversold, reverse the candle close above, buy signal, sell into the FOMO, bearish divergence, reverse the candles, drop, right? And then since that sell signal on the daily chart, it's just been in a downtrend ever since. So if you're good at taking buy signals, then you should probably learn how to also take sells and close out positions. So it's getting oversold. It can remain that way. And this is prices going back to that trend line goes all the way back to January 2024. So what if that was the high, right? $9. Oof. Longer term target 3 of 4 never got hit. Only 2 out of 4 longer term targets got hit to the upside on near. Maybe it will in the future, but if it doesn't take out $1 over here, then those targets are still valid. But I don't wait for that. I'm on the daily chart. So that's that on near. Dot, similar thoughts on dot. Fetch.ai, I've talked about that it seemed different, that this was a new all-time high, and that it seemed different than all the other alts, and that it's been in a bear market ever since. And it's back, and it came back to the 200-week moving average. And if it is a bear market and it is down 80%, it will most likely go lower than the 200-week moving average as well, right? So just like it did back here, 2021 went well below it to 7 cents, right? Woo! So that's Fetch. We'll switch gears over here. Let's go to the Magnificent Seven, and then we'll finish up with the chart requests. We will finish up with the chart requests. What is ANF? So very close to hitting target 3. I don't think it pierced it. Maybe it did. May have pierced it, but I haven't checked it off yet. But yeah, bear market on ANF, one of the top performers of 2023 and beginning of 2024. Apple, still bearish on the daily chart. Still going through a correction. 2 out of 4 targets have been hit so far on Apple. NVIDIA is catching a bounce up into the trending dots so far. It's got this gap up here at 142. It must be a small gap. I don't know. But then you got a large gap, bigger gap down at $69 and a huge gap at $30, right? So double wick top, similar to Bitcoin, closed here with bearish divergence, similar to Bitcoin on the Binance chart, but not the Bitstamp. And then it was a lower high, confirmed with a lower low, another lower low. So lower highs and lower lows on NVIDIA. Speaking of, if you go to the weekly chart, there was a sell signal followed by a bullish engulfing candle. Looks like it's playing out over here. Come back up, probably retest the trending dots. Takes time for these longer term charts to play out. Could come back up like this, right? Battle, and then come back down after that. So we don't know. We don't know how it's going to play out. But oops. So NVIDIA, again, great time to buy around the 200-week moving average, right? If you're just an investor and you have no other swing trading skills whatsoever, it would still be better to buy at the 200-week moving average and then sell into FOMO, right? Or sell into a weekly sell signal or whatever you want to do. But there is bearish divergence, right? Breaking down red trending dots, right? So again, you could have bought 2019 or 2020 at the 200-week moving average. Price pumps up, gets overheated up to $33, goes through correction, comes back to the 200-week moving average, even below it at $11, and then pumps all the way up over 1,000%, 2,000%, 3,000%. I don't know. Let's see. From wick to wick, double wick top, 1,200%, right? So mean reversion, right? Price is going through a mean reversion. It's overextended. So I don't care about the news or the narratives or DeepSeek, right? Black Swan, DeepSeek. No, what really happened was price bounced off the 200-week moving average, after it pulled back, and then ChatGPT was coming out, and all that hype train came up, and now DeepSeek came out, but the news is getting put out after bullish divergence. The news is getting put out after bearish divergence. So there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. NVIDIA bounced off the 200-week moving average. Glorious pump. And then now it is going through a longer term correction. 200-week moving average is all the way down at $50. There's a gap, huge gap at $30. So we'll see if that happens or not. It would take a long time for it to play out. Similar to SMCI, you can see massive from the 200-week moving average, massive pump on super microcomputers all the way up to 123, and then came all the way back to the 200-week moving average, right? So actually it was looking like a possible dead cat bounce coming soon. Had a buy signal yesterday, so take that for what it is. Yeah. So it's possible catches a bounce here, but it could go through a bottoming phase. Could take some time to play out for the ship to get turned around. That's SMCI. What else? Microsoft kind of flat today. Lower low, lower high. We'll see. We'll see on that one. Meta, still bullish, still ultra bullish on Meta. Amazon, still bullish as of right now. Bearish divergence. Google dropped. Google had bearish divergence, right? Bearish divergence. Got a gap over here. I think the higher time frames are still okay. Let's see. That's not a great candle, and that's bearish divergence as well. This is bearish divergence here on this ugly weekly candle. So a lower high is the higher probability, but if you're waiting for a lower high on a weekly chart, it could be quite a bit lower by then, right? So Tesla continues to break down. Tesla broke the trend. You got a gap at 255. The probabilities are increasing of hitting target 3. Then you have target 4, and then we'll see. Then we'll see what happens. See if target 3 or target 4 finds support. Target 2 found support temporarily, bounced, and then now it's closing back below it. So plenty of room to the downside on Tesla. It's not oversold on the daily chart. Weekly chart, MACD bear cross pending on the weekly chart. It's not a great sign. Not a great sign. Let's see. Has a pending RSI sell signal, has a pending MACD bearish crossover, and could get a candle close back below the trending dots. And it could always bounce after the crossovers on Friday. Could bounce next week, and then maybe not, maybe not. And so we'll see how it plays out. But no sell signal, but pending sell signal on RSI, pending MACD bearish crossover on the weekly chart for Tesla, and the histogram has already been decreasing, and there was divergence, right? Divergence. Reversal candle, right? Sneaky lower high. This would be confirming the lower high with the lower low on the weekly chart. So that's kind of where we're at over here. If you look at the 5-day chart, MACD bear cross pending as well. So looks the same. Looks the same as the weekly chart. I think that's about it on the Magnificent 7. So the NASDAQ is pretty much flat today. Pretty much flat. It's battling. It's battling. So we'll see if it gets a drop in the near future or not. Some of the Magnificent 7s are dropping, and some of them are still bullish. So That's why NASDAQ's not really moving yet. If all the Magnificent Seven, excuse me, I'm eating an orange. If all the Magnificent Seven stocks are dropping at the same time, NASDAQ will be dropping at the same time. If the NASDAQ is dropping, Bitcoin is going to be going through a bigger correction as well. So Bitcoin could be leading the way. Bitcoin led the way in November 2021. Could be leading the way for the correction of the NASDAQ as well. So we'll see how it all plays out. We will see. The Russell, Dow Jones, is that double top? Looks like double top and divergence, right? Divergence. So you got slightly higher high or similar pricing while RSI is making a lower high. That's divergence. So if it's the same price, then I consider that slight divergence. So this is like a slight divergence. So it's basically the same price. You could also say it's a lower high here slightly if you kind of zoom in there a little bit. Yeah, so I would call it like slight divergence, but technically it's not divergence. It's just a lower high. So we'll see how it plays out. But that's the Dow Jones. Similar thoughts to the NASDAQ on SPY. So we'll see. We will see. Anything else jumps out of this? Lemonade was requested. MicroStrategy. Let's do MicroStrategy real quick. MicroStrategy continues to break down. It's back down below target 3. If price doesn't find support at target 4, then see arrow over here, then see question mark at the 200-week moving average at $83. You get it closed below this, what looks like, some may call it a neckline if it was a head and shoulders. I'm not seeing a head and shoulders, and I don't trade head and shoulders patterns. I just use them as ideas. But this trend line, which is kind of like a neckline, start getting candle closed below, then the odds are increasing. The probabilities are increasing that you're going to see 280 get filled. And then if it start getting candle closed below 250, right? 266, whatever it is, 260. You start getting candle closes over here below that, then see arrow down over here, right? Oh, I can already feel the hate speech coming on. The hate speech. So that's MicroStrategy. 5-day chart. Weekly chart. Weekly chart already had the bearish MACD crossover, right? Already had it. There was divergence on the histogram. Already had the RSI sell signal. There was bearish divergence, right? If I change the settings on or the inputs on the, most likely this divergence is getting picked up, but this is divergence. Price made a higher high. RSI made a lower high. And then you get the RSI sell signal. Sneaky lower high over here. Looks like another lower high over here. Right? Took out this pivot point over here. It's going down. It's trending down. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. 5-day, right? Daily, right? Bearish. Bearish on MicroStrategy. Bearish, right? All-time high, 545 on this run. Is it all-time high? I don't know. Since MicroStrategy has been buying Bitcoin, I think that's the highest high over there. So that is MicroStrategy, and it looks like it wants to break down from this upward trend line, kind of a neckline, and that's it. Lemonade breakout, huh? All right. So we had the breakout, we had the pump. hit the longer term target to the upside. Then we have yeah, that one looks pretty good. So buy signal yesterday, breaking out. You got a gap down here. It's the weekly chart. MACD had a bullish crossover. Okay. Okay. I see what you're saying. Weekly chart, cautiously optimistic on this breakout. Still currently bullish on the weekly chart, but you want to see the weekly chart get back above the trending dots. Then you want to see the weekly chart have another bullish crossover, et cetera, et cetera. So on a daily chart, if it's cautiously optimistic. It seems like it's buy the dip season on Lemonade, but it's a caution. It's caution. So if you're playing that daily chart, just know that it's still bullish on the weekly chart, but you want to see it get back above the trending dots. You want to see it. You want to see the other weekly chart bullish milestones, which are lagging. So just one of those things. What else? What else? Yep, covered it. Yep. Yep. Honeywell. Okay. I don't think I looked at that one in a while. There we go. It's not even on there. Yeah. Honda. Oh, let's zoom out. Yeah, that's how long ago. It's been a while. Yeah, so I mean, looks like it made a new all-time high at 242. And now it's coming all the way back to the 200-week moving average, right? So remember what I was talking about is like it's better to buy around the 200, sell into FOMO, and then now it's coming back to the 200-week moving average. So buy at the 200, came all the way up, came all the way back. Battle. I mean, we're really zooming out now, right? So, I mean, if you're a negative person, I mean, don't be so bearish, Jesse. If you're a negative person, let's look at the monthly chart. Let's see what else. 2-week chart. Yeah, almost looks like a double top on higher time frames. You have a pending sell signal on the 2-week chart, pending sell signal on the weekly chart, MACD bearish crossover in the 2-week chart. So yeah. Hasn't really done much since 2021, right? Like if you bought back here in 2021 and you never sold, then you're underwater, right? So if you bought anytime in let's see, if you bought January, no, yeah, if you bought in March of 2021, then you're currently back to like the same price. So with inflation and stuff, you're actually losing money. So that's not something for me. I don't know what all the narratives are or were around Honeywell, but that's just a massive consolidation after a massive run, right? If you're looking from way back here, right? Massive bull run. So who knows? Who knows if it's going to go lower or not? But this is probably why I haven't even looked at it, because it's not that interesting to me, especially when price is chopping sideways. But that's probably why. But yeah, going back to the actual, you've got a MACD bearish crossover, the 2-week chart, pending sell signal, weekly chart, right? Doesn't look great. I wouldn't be buying, that's for sure. Daily chart had a sell signal yesterday, and then the gap down, and now another MACD bearish crossover on the daily chart. Everything but the monthly chart. The monthly chart as not yet, but the monthly chart is so lagging that it's possible it has a sell signal on the monthly chart in the near future. Whether it's this month or next month, who knows? Woo, Robbie. I don't know. I like to say that. One of my childhood friends, Robbie, also called him Roberto. Robbie, what up? TRB, Coinbase. Thank you for putting in all the details. Yeah, not much to report on the monthly chart. Yeah, it's oversold. It could remain that way, similar to the other altcoins. So there's, on Coinbase at least, there's nothing to really compare to. It's already taken out the pivot. The lowest candle close over here and the wick, right? Oh, so it's already taken that out from August 2024. So not much I can help you on there, Robbie. So I'm not sure if you're holding it or not, or you're looking to get in, but it wouldn't be a buy for me right now. I'm not buying the wicks all the way down. Remember, the wick, the bottom is in, right? And they didn't catch the bottom. So say they caught the wick right here at $66. Yes, bull run back on, and the wick went lower. Oh, bottom is in. I caught the wick here. Caught it. Back to even. I'm back up. All the way down here. Oh, the bottom is in again. Caught the wick here, down 15%, pump back up, still down 5%. All the way down here, down 34%, right? Bought back here. Oh, still down 23%. Oh, down 60%, right? The wicks can keep wicking. The bottoms can keep bottoming. Buy the right dip, waiting for a higher probability reversal, right? So what does that look like? We talk about it all the time. Say if there was bullish divergence, right? Followed by a higher low and breakout. And it lines up, right? That's what I'm talking about. So you have this is all hypothetical, right? What if you had bullish divergence over here, followed by a higher low, followed by buy signal, right? You get the buy signal, you get the trending dots, all that stuff, right? So that's a higher probability of a reversal. There it is. Oh, what else? Honda, yep. Who knows? ACH. Oh, we're gonna do it all. Okay. Woo. ACH. Is that crypto? If I don't know it off the top of my head, or I don't remember. I wish you guys would put in if it like Telcoin, I know that one, but I wish you guys would put in, so it makes me not want to search for it. because I don't know. What if it was stocks? Yeah, there's ACH stock. There's ACH stock and ACH crypto. So I don't like doing it. If I don't like, I'm not gonna do it. You guys got to put in all the details. Sorry. Next time. I'm not gonna charge something for no reason. Telcoin. I already have it on here. Here's where we're at. You got it, Robbie. I know. I was just playing around here, right? So Telcoin, after that breakout, red arrow, right? Another fake out to the upside. Expect fake outs along the way. And we talked about it. There was plenty of resistance here. Oh, that's what I was drawing out there. I was just proving a point that there's a lot of resistance up here, right? A lot of resistance. So fake out to the upside, fake out to the downside, pump back up, and then see if it comes back down like that. So all the other crypto assets doesn't mean Telcoin will, but starting to trend that way. It seems like Telcoin will be following the red arrow versus the green arrow. There is a ton of resistance above, and that even looks like a double top there. So yeah, that's why I had all that on there. All the resistance could break out. There's fake outs along the way, but that's what I'm looking at until. Woo! Finished my orange. Finished a lot of my water. What else? Anything else? Oh, 10-year yields. What are the 10-year yields doing? What's Bitcoin doing? We haven't looked at Bitcoin in like an hour. There it is. There's Bitcoin. You got it. What else? That's Bitcoin. Oh, HODL. I always look at HODL. There's several Bitcoin ETFs, but this is HODL. Still on the sell signal over here. Daily chart. Plenty of reasons for lower prices. If Bitcoin ETFs are going down, so are Bitcoin, so are the futures. They all work together. They're all connected now. It's not just that Bitcoin spot by itself. Paper Bitcoin has been created. The bigger players can manipulate Bitcoin now. You couldn't manipulate Bitcoin if there's no leverage. If there was only spot Bitcoin, then I would believe all the narratives, right? I would believe more and more and more. But since they did create paper Bitcoin, you got to be careful about the narratives. You got to be keep an eye on the news, but you have to trust the charts because with unlimited leverage, they could suppress price as low as they want, right? Basically, until everyone gives up their bags. Maybe they don't give them up today or tomorrow, but what if most people give up their bags like after 10 years, right? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's always a possibility. So once they create paper gold didn't make a new high for like 10 years, right? So just being all aware that once there's leverage in an asset, they can manipulate it, right? They can manipulate it. Woo! But we could use that to our advantage as a swing trader. So whether it's up or down, it's great. It's amazing. It's great. It's amazing for swing trading. Just buying hold is not as great. Like if you just bought spot and there's no leverage, it probably just keep going up forever, right? So it's also a way for them to kind of control it, bring the traders in, bring Aladdin in from BlackRock, right? So all that stuff. What else? What else? Only target one's been hit so far. Give it time. Let it breathe. Here's the trending dots, right? I wonder what the 2-day chart looks like on it. Not yet. Not yet. 10-year. That's what I'm looking at. 10-year is dropping, right? So that's good for rates, mortgage rates. What else? Anything else? Did someone say Carvana? Maybe that was yesterday. Pretty sure I got everyone today. Carvana. Yeah, I think that's about it. I don't really see anything else. Moscow Exchange. Woo! Again, the 200-week moving average can go lower, but then it could also bounce a lot higher. So even the Moscow Exchange comes back to the 200-week moving average. Just proving a point. Piton up 9%, huh? Not for long. Dog. No, Doge. Doge versus Bitcoin. Actual Doge. Target 4 has been hit. I haven't even looked at it. Target 4 has been hit. Or is that target 5? I don't know. I can't remember. Target 4 or target 5. I haven't had time to look at them all. Target. Come back to the 200-week moving average, maybe? Like some of the other altcoins? He's so bearish, Jesse. So bearish. Oh, what are the Bitcoin mining stocks doing today? About the same. Bitfarm, Marathon Digital, still grinding lower. CLSK, Iris Energy. We're going to make it, hopefully. Joke never gets old. Riot, got a gap down here, partially filled. Hive. Oof. Brutal. That's I wasn't trading that, but wow. Just wow. Oh, Teladoc. Oh, mom didn't sell her Teladoc. Mom didn't sell her Teladoc. No, she didn't. She did not sell her Teladoc. No way. No way. I mean, look at this. Look at this. It's flipping bullish on the weekly chart. It's flipping bullish on the weekly chart. So at least maybe a test to the 200-week moving average, maybe. I don't know. It's due for it, right? Same as PayPal. PayPal was heading that way too. Close some gaps. But you can see over here, it hasn't even retested the 200-week moving average since November 2021. This is like bullish divergence that whole way. Yeah, this is long-term bullish divergence from the top. I mean, look at this. From wick to wick, 98% off. From wick to current price, 96% off. This is why waiting for a higher probability can pay off, right? Waiting for it, because didn't have to catch the bottom all the way down. You didn't have to be a hero. 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 Definitely didn't have to be a hero. All this bullish divergence. Now, it seems like price could go back to $34. I might have to revisit this again. Pretty sure my wife's in this too. I have to double check. Obviously, if they are, I am. But The wife, I think so. My mom, definitely. Oh man, she might have to. I think she's in cash too, so I'm gonna have to. Ooh, I'm gonna have to check that out afterwards for her because it's getting bullish on the weekly chart more and more. It's up $12.26. Let's look at the 2-week chart. Oh man, pending buy signal on the Teladoc 2-week chart, not seen since September 2019. Another reason not to hold indefinitely, right? I mean, if you held from the top at 288, that's not the way. That's not the way, right? We don't know if it's going to go and retrace all the way back up here. It is possible. Who knows, right? But the ship is finally starting to turn back around. Even a pump to the gap is 65%. Even a pump to the 200-week moving average is 250+%, right? So not even counting eyeball tests, target 1, target 2, target 3, target 4, right? So not even counting all of that, 400, 800, 1,000%, just on a bounce. Even if this stock is like, you think this is the worst company on the planet, well, you'd have to be careful of bankruptcy. But other than that, so bad earnings, back to normal, right? Back to normal. So who knows if they reported bad earnings, because this is why I don't fundamental. I don't do fundamentals, because what if those negative earnings of a lot uh, were reinvestments, right? Because they wanted tax write-offs. They didn't want to pay taxes, so they reinvest the money and write it off as a loss with tons of investments. Is possible, right? It's possible. So that's quarterly. What about annually? Yeah. Big dip down 2022 and right back up to regular levels, right? So similar levels to 2019 before the big pump, similar levels to 2019 as the big pump. So makes sense. I'm gonna have to revisit Teladoc after this. Woo! Ooh, getting ultra bullish on the daily chart now. There we go. So pending buy signal on the 2-week chart. This was the perfect entry over here at $9.87. Weekly chart is bullish. Had a buy signal about this time, about this area as well. And now it's flipping bullish. So with that, I got to get back to the stock market charts and take a look at Teladoc a little bit closer. You're welcome. Thank you. And you're welcome. And we'll see you on the next live stream, whenever that is. And hope you have a good rest of your day. Have a good weekend. Tomorrow, I won't be live streaming, but probably on Monday. So thanks again. Have a good one. Adios.